At the table is our good friend Devine Carama.
Hey, what's up, ladies?
Glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
So you are here to talk about Believing in Forever, which is, I'll say, one of your nonprofits, because I think you have several, and you're specifically to talk about your ongoing coat drive. So tell us about the coat drive.
Yes, so this is our 10th annual A Coat to Keep the Coat Away Youth Coat Drive. We've been doing this 10 years. We've given away over 20,000 brand new coats in the first 9 years. And so this year we have over 2,000 coats requested from kids in Central and Eastern Kentucky. And so we're right smack in the middle of it, trying to meet our goal. We're close to 1,000 coats, but we got 1,000 more that we need to secure to reach our goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, well, one of the things we were wondering is how many coats do you have left to buy?
Yeah.
And what happens if you hit that number?
So we're going to keep collecting. What we want to do, and we normally work through the schools, and so we get the requests from the schools, family resource centers. Once we deliver those coats to the schools, then we like to have a one-day drive where people can come in from the community and pick up coats, maybe at a school that we didn't serve, or maybe they didn't get to get their request in on time. And so we're pushing to get as many as we can, but 2,000 is our goal.
And so people will be able to go to the schools to pick up the coats, or are there any other ways they'll be distributed?
Yes, so the schools will distribute them. And so we only got about 2 weeks because we want to get the coats to the schools so they have time to give them to them before the kids leave for winter break. And obviously today, super cold. So we're hearing that January, February is going to be really, really cold. So we just want to make sure the kids got something that we feel is basic. You know, every kid deserves a coat.
Absolutely.
And being a single father myself once upon a time, living in poverty, sometimes a coat can make or break you. You know, sometimes it's, do I get food for my children or that winter coat? And we do brand new coats because we want the kids to feel valued, you know, tear that tag off. And so it's more than just a coat. So
let me ask you this. You talked a little bit about the backstory, but this is year 10.
Year 10.
What kind of gave you the original vision to do coats? Because we see people doing shoes, we see people doing school supplies. Like, what was the coat thing in your mind, really specifically about?
Well, I think for me, even whether it was my artistry, music, whether it was activism, I always tried to find a gap and just fill it. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. And so I remember just driving to work one day and seeing a bunch of kids at the bus stop without a coat. And I remember asking them, you know, that OG, you know, where your coat at? You know, and I remember this kid saying, hey, my mom said I got to wait a couple more paychecks before I could get one. And it instantly took me back to those struggles. And so I just said, you know what, let me start doing a coat drive. You know, it was that simple. Nobody else was really doing one at the time. And so just trying to do my part to make the community better. And I felt like this was my small part, just doing a coat drive. Everybody does toy drives, which are great, but every kid needs a coat.
Very true.
Especially here in Kentucky. So how can people donate? How do we know what to bring? That
Sure. So Believing in Forever is a 501c3 nonprofit, so people can donate monetarily, but they can also drop off brand new coats at Consolidated Baptist Church, which is kind of housing our coat drive, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And you know, we'll take donations, but we kind of like when people drop off coats because they can kind of be a part of it. And then there'll be volunteer opportunities in the final week where people can actually help us deliver those coats. So,
Wonderful.
So Consolidated, just for folks who might not know, is on Russell Cave Road.
Yep, 1625 Russell Cave Road, I think right next to the public library.
It is.
Out there. Yep.
Well, Devine, thank you so much for coming in and talking about your coat drive.